Hello traders, and welcome to our weekly market forecast. Hopefully everybody is having a great weekend, and in this video we're gonna see every Sunday basically what we can expect for the next week ahead. This is just one of the free YouTube videos we're gonna be doing. For more insights we cover on our membership area, which you can get access through Buy Me a Coffee links in the description. We still have a few spots available for the 30 spots we are giving for a 2-week trial. So this is where most of the value is going to be provided, with obviously daily live sessions as well for the members only. Okay, so let's have a look then what we can expect for the next week ahead, starting with the dollar index as usual. We have been trending upwards since the end of December 2023, and what we can see for the next week ahead is this trend to be remaining supported. We are not seeing yet any signs of correction or reversal, so potentially we can get a small correction and a little bit more downwards in the dollar index before the next push up, or it can even push up from these levels right here. So regardless of the case, we are not interested in trading against the US dollar for the next 1 to 2 weeks at least as of now. For the dollar yen, as we have seen, it has been trending upwards since the last days of December 2023. And in correlation with the US dollar, as we have said, we are not expecting any sort of weakness to arrive in the US dollar, at least for the next 1 to 2 weeks as of now. So even with the dollar yen right here, we are still expecting more upside. Now it can push up from here, or it can give us a deeper pullback towards the 148 area possibly, which it's still going to be a buying opportunity. So regardless of the case, the dollar yen is not ready for any sort of bigger correction or even a reversal. We are expecting that it could still head to break these highs right here. So we are not going to be looking for any sell opportunities in this pair. For the euro dollar, we have been going down since the 28th of December, similarly to dollar index, of course. We can see that we still have more downside to go. Perhaps revisit these lows right here from 105,800 area. However, in the short term, we do have a couple of possibilities. We can either get a choppy structure here and drop. We can even retest the highs right here towards 108,800 area and then drop. So regardless of the case, for the euro dollar, we are not biased to the upside as of now. We can still see that sellers are in control. So regardless of the case, euro dollar remains biased to the downside. So we are not really looking for any new trade setups at this stage, because anyhow the risk to reward ratio is going down since it has been trending lower from this area right here. We have been in the downside from those highs from here, based on the dollar index analysis we have been making previously. So at this stage, the risk to reward ratio is not very good or ideal to trade the euro dollar. So regardless, we are not looking to buy at this stage. Now for the pound dollar, similarly, we were expecting to actually drop since these levels right here. It has been very nicely right here, has been accumulating a lot of orders like this. So now it's dropping, correction, as you can see, and then we're expecting another drop. So we are not interested in buying pound dollar at this stage. We are still biased to the downside to reach this area right here, 122 to 123 at least. Now for the pound yen, what we have seen is that it was trending to the upside since the beginning of the year. Pound yen is actually one of those instruments that it's actually very close to ending a very bigger cycle. And we are very cautious in terms of trading this pair because it's at the last stages of its upwards cycle. We can either see a small correction with another push up, or we can see a correction lower towards 187 area, which then it could still bounce to the upside. But the overall picture for us, we are not interested in any of this possible upside at the moment. So we want to wait and see how the structure will develop in the pound yen. But for the next week, we can expect some correction to the downside perhaps before the next push higher. So either case, if you are trading pound yen, take small risks at this stage because the cycle is getting mature, and it's possible that we can see a bigger reaction lower in the. For the EURUSD, as we have been seeing since the beginning of January, we have been trending to the upside within this cycle. And we have said that as long as we are above this red line right here, we are good to go up. We have got our choppy corrective structure. So what we can expect next week is to see this push higher towards 167, 67,500 area. Either way, we are not interested in selling this pair at this stage. So yeah, so we are only looking to buy as far as we are above this red line right here. For gold, we have been seeing gold trending to the downside since the peak that it made here at the 4th of December 2023. We are still biased to the downside in gold. We can see that this cycle is not complete yet. There is not too much buying interest at this stage. In between, for the next 1 to 2 weeks ahead, it can play out in two ways. It can either give us a choppy consolidation here before the next drop, or it can even bounce a little bit higher before the next drop. It has those two possibilities in terms of the structure, but overall the picture remains to the downside. So at this stage, we do not really like to buy gold. It's a wait to see game in terms of the structure. We have been in sells since those levels right here. It gave us a nice move. So at the moment we will rest it alone and see what it wants to do next. So it will give us a better understanding. Obviously, the members in the member area, they can see what we can see in the longer picture and what to expect next. Now for oil, as we can see, oil, it has been trapped in this sideways consolidation within this channel. Overall, oil is within a lower cycle since 2022. We are not seeing any signs of possible reversal, so we are still biased to the downside. In the shorter term, it can still trade sideways within this channel before it finds more sellers and go to the downside. There is also an alternative path that oil can take, which if it breaks this channel, it can do a double correction higher before any next reaction, but the overall bias remains to the downside, so we are not looking to buy oil at this stage. As long as especially within this channel, it's a very risky instrument to trade at this stage, so we prefer to leave it alone and focus on other instruments. Now for the indices, the S&P 500, SPX. As we have been saying, it has been forming a rising wedge price action, which actually it was about to end the cycle from 27th of October 2023. We can see here right on the RSI a very nice divergence. So what we can expect next is to see this pullback. Now, whether it's going to reach this area or a little bit higher, remains to be seen. But we can expect to see this pullback before any next structure or move in the index. Obviously, the members, you can see what we can see for the larger picture. What are the possibilities? So for this point, for the next 1 to 2 weeks, we are expecting to see this drop first, regardless of the case. So buying at this stage is a very bad idea, very risky. So we will wait to see this drop before taking any next steps for the indices. Lastly, from the ETFs, the QQQs, it has already been breaking the rising wedge formation right here. We have expected this volatility last week, as we have said, from the CPI data, and on Friday we see with the PPI this drop. So next for the next week ahead, we are expecting to continue to the downside to reach this area right here of 395 to 400 area before any next move in the ETF. So with that note, I would like to wish everybody a great trading week ahead, taking into consideration the analysis we have presented. Obviously, for those that they really want to get the most of the value and learn the insights of the markets and become better traders, you can join our memberships from the link in the description through BMC. Right now, we still have a few spots more available for the 30 free. It's €1 actually for 2-week trial. Okay, you will get access directly to the premium plan. And I will put a small segment to show you how you can sign up through BMC, so you will know exactly how to do that. And if you have any questions, you can leave a comment, or you can get in touch with us through support at roiforecast.com. Right, and yeah, have a good week everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.